So, have you ever looked at the weight of stress that a man carries upon his shoulders? Maybe it can be his facial expressions, or it can be the way that he's talking to other people around him. But imagine the amount of stress that sits on a man's shoulders and the burden that he carries not only from the time that he is born to the time that he departs this earth. That is a lot of stress in which a woman would never be able to understand. But here is something that we definitely have to look into. Think about the everyday things in life that go on, from promotions on a job, getting passed up for something like that, or trying to figure out how to feed your family or what to do next if a situation happens within your family. A man has a lot to worry about. And so when you take all of these things that doesn't owe you an understanding, such as time, and such as the weather, they whoop up on everybody 24/7, 365. Once you comprehend all that and you begin to see what goes on and how that impacts that man's mentality, then that's going to show how he treats everybody else around him. So at some point in time, that man's going to need time to himself to even just sit and just think quietly without the rest of the world doing things that is causing much more and more stress. Now, I bring this up because a lot of times when you're even sitting in church and you're hearing the messages that the pastor may say or the preacher may say that may be in accordance with the beliefs of what most women love to hear, because you will hear the hoorahs, the clapping, the amens. There's rarely any messages in the church, especially the black church specifically, to critique black women out there. So all these things that go on in the world, and then you think that you're going to church to get a spiritual message, it begins to be as the same as what you would see on the outside world. Things coming in all different variations and different points in life. So at the end of the day, whenever that the end of the day is, if you know or have the men or see the men in your family and just the look on their face looks like an expression of disbelief, and you just see the tired look on their face, just simply just ask them how they're doing. Do something nice for them. It just definitely needs to happen more than just outside of Father's Day. That's not the only time. Definitely doesn't need to happen just because it's their birthday. But if that man's mental is not right, how can he be a leader in his household and then his family? Ladies, take heed to that, because you're going to have a son. If you do have him one day, what are you going to tell him? What about your husbands? Think about it.